and YouTube. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for April 22nd, 2020. Let's take a look at the Qs and SPY here. Trend day on the Qs and SPY. Had a gap up and continued the trend. Now, coming into today, my bias was bearish. If we get a rally and trigger a sell setup, expect us to come in. But this has been a pretty strong rally, pretty impressive, okay, on the Qs and the SPY all day uptrend, okay? So what I need to see in order to go back to a bullish bias, as we came in today, bearish bias, but actually ended up being a very bullish day. I was wrong on the market here coming into today. We ended up gapping up and moving higher. What I need to see to be bullish is us to come in a bit, whether that is with small gap down in the morning or we sell off a little bit, we break underneath this low here and then are able to recover from it, okay? The idea behind that is that we want to see the bears step up, make a move, and then the bulls push it back up, because there still is the potential that this hourly, right, ends up putting in a lower high. So today's high could end up being a lower high. So what I need to see is, and we've kind of started that move already here into the close, but that's not going to be enough. Need to see us move lower and then back over today's high. I will be back to bullish. Okay, so that's what I'm anticipating going into tomorrow. Maybe we get a small gap down, maybe we come in, but back over today's high, we are going to be back to bullish on the hourly, the daily. So back to bullish time frame alignment, which we've had for the last couple weeks actually. Okay, so daily, you can see transitioned higher. Okay, and the hourly's been in that uptrend, which finally broke a couple days ago, and then as we got follow through bearish, but today a pretty nice move up actually for the market, pretty steady uptrend. Okay, so going into tomorrow, all right, still looking to for us to break over today's high before we are bullish. Otherwise, I'm going to be neutral. All right, the bearish bias you can see did get, for the most part, recovered from, get negated here. So I'm going to be neutral going into tomorrow, back over today's high, back to bullish. So we'll see if we come in from here, right, and we're actually able to follow through. There is potential that becomes a lower high, okay? I did anticipate that coming into today that it wouldn't be an easy call on the market. I thought that the uptrend here on the daily and the hourly was relatively straightforward, because we had kind of failed on a sell setup on the daily, that's bullish, and then the hourly was bullish. But as we were coming in, we were coming into support, right? So I did expect it to be choppy and maybe a little bit more turbulent, but today actually was a pretty nice uptrend. So not quite what I expected, all right? But going into tomorrow, neutral. If we get back over today's high, back to bullish on the market, okay? Pretty nice grind higher. So, you know, this kind of thing is really not, especially intraday, the kind of thing you necessarily want to be shorting. We did get a little bit of a drop here in the last 5 minutes. It is common on trend days for there to be a reversal into the close. A lot of longs probably taking profit. You do get that little bit of a reversal there into the close on a kind of uniform or a one move kind of day, okay? So that kind of brings us into the plays from today. Now the pins, right? Bullish on the gap up today, gapping along with the snap. Okay, so in the same way that we had the Qs in the SPY here, which were just in this steady uptrend, I can't tell you how many times someone asked if they can short the snap or the pins. You know, whether it was, oh, it's too extended, it's up too much. You know, when it's in this steady grind higher, you really should be looking for long entries, okay? Got that quite often on the snap as well. And this was only ever given by me or by Sammy as long ideas to play long, whether at the open or on the breakout, right? It's not that you can't play these lower. You can't look for opportunities short and even make some money here. But if I were to show you today's bar, I say, do you think it was easier or do you have more room for error if you play long or short on this day, right? I think the answer should be it's easier to play long. Okay, so and for some people who did kind of follow the ideas, like on the pins, asked, is it something that I can hold or should I expect higher? And I said, absolutely yes, right? If you want to, or when it was up here, I said, go ahead and take some. Stop is down here, all right? And you've got a free play, right? And then try to hold until end of day, right? To get that follow through. And the Qs and SPY really helped also with grinding higher and keeping these things going. And that's something also I wanted to point out to people today, because I got a lot of questions about symbols, that just weren't really kind of moving or doing anything significant, right? And so hopefully, if you've been in open house, you've seen why is it that we are focused on things like the AEO, right? Why out of thousands and thousands of stocks that are in our universe that we're picking on the ones that are putting in wide range bars, that are putting in kind of these big volumes, right? It's because there's a strategy, there's a methodology to try and find these to get ourselves into them, right? And so I'm getting a lot of kind of ideas. Well, what do you think about this or that? That's kind of just on it might look something like this, right? And they're trying to day trade, asking if they can day trade it on something like on a day that looks like this. It's not really moving anywhere. And the thing is that it's not that you can't make money and it's not doable. It's just that your room for error is so small. Where you get in and where you exit, where your profit targets are, have to be very precise, right? And if you played the EXCL with me on Monday, right, I got out probably it was like $1.20 from the highs, but it was still a nice play because this thing ended up moving quite a few dollars from our entry, right? And so you can see, of course, big volume, big range bar, right? And so knowing what to focus on, really, really important. I hope for a lot of people that are maybe new, that are experiencing the open house, have seen, why is it that these names are the ones that we focus on, that are constantly on the list to go after, right? It's because we're trying to put ourselves in a position where we can get, good follow through and all day trends, okay? And of course, on a day like today where the Qs are in a trend all day like this, a lot of these long, especially the ones that are moving, are gonna end up being pretty nice plays. Okay, we still got a couple more days of the open house, so if you're interested in checking it out, following along, and taking some of the plays, there is a link in the description that you can register there, and then you'll get access to the room. Okay, so there's just 2 more days left. All right, and then that'll be it for the open house week. Okay, so hopefully you're doing well. All right, we'll see what the market does tomorrow. Very impressive move up today. Not what I was expecting. I did expect that we were kind of into a tough spot, that we would get some back and forth, but pretty impressive move today in the market. Move up, but it is a move up into some resistance. So we'll see if we get a reaction, if we recover from that, back to bullish. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.